Here's the story of how fraud on my account made me lose out on a property. So picture this, it was Christmas Eve and I was getting ready for a lovely Christmas with the family when I got a call from my broker asking if I had missed any payments on any credit cards, of which I said absolutely not. I have a very strict process, making sure I don't pay any interest on any credit cards. But she recommended I check anyway, and so I went on to check my file, which is my preferred credit checking tool, which looks across all of the main credit referencing agencies. And lo and behold, there were 2 credit cards on there that I didn't recognize, both of which had outstanding and missing payments, which I was very shocked to see. I thought I was always very careful with my documents and things like that. So the first thing I did was get onto the phone to the banks, let them know that I think there's been fraud on my account. And I also reported it to Action Fraud, which is something I learned it's really important to do when you think you've been a victim of fraud. And the banks were actually really good. Given the time of year, I thought it would be impossible for them to do anything. But within basically a week, they had concluded their fraud investigation and they had confirmed, yes, it was fraud on my account and they wouldn't be chasing me for any collections on those cards. Now, I thought that would be sufficient enough for the mortgage lender for them to give me the offer, but unfortunately not, because they wanted to see that that would be updated and reflected on my credit file before they could offer a mortgage. And so unfortunately, we lost out on that property. The sellers hated the fact that it took so long for us to get a mortgage offer and things weren't moving. And so rightly so, they decided to go with another buyer. And so what I learned from all of this process was to set a checkpoint in my calendar for the first of every single month to go in to check my file and just see, not in detail, but just have a look at my credit score, make sure it's kind of what I expect and there's nothing weird or erroneous going on. And if there is, then I know I need to do something, but just to go in and check and make sure and stay on top of my credit score, making sure it is always perfect.